Okay, welcome to Dublin Academy again. Maths. This is episode 4, and today we're dealing with factors. Now, there's a number of types of factors. But before I go, you go back and freeze this and take these questions down, because these are for questions for later. You'll understand these later, so they're gone. Now, so we have quadratics. Quadratics are in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. What, you may ask yourself, what's all this? Well, a is a number, b is a number, and c is a number. That's just the way its form, its template is written in. Like 1 is for x squared here, b would be plus 6, and c, well, c is over the equal sign. You bring it back over and make it all equal to 0. Remember that? That's a trick. So it's plus 9. Okay, so that's that form. And then we have the difference of two squares, x squared minus y squared. How do we evolve that? How do we make that simplify? You know, and we also have the difference of two cubes and the sum of two cubes, which is more formulas to learn. You know, sum of, which means to add. You know, which is a formula you have to learn off. But for the moment, I'm going to do quadratic equations. We also have others. I meant to remember. Others would be like a squared, 2 times a squared plus a. Now we know that the common factor here is a, so that's going to be equal to a times what will give me 2a squared is 2a. Do you see that? So what times what? So I'm taking the common factor, a by what will give me a by 1. So that's a factorized there. A times 2a plus 1. Okay, those are different. That's groups. Common terms. You very rarely get those, but they will ask them in questions. They will throw them up. So today I'm going to do quadratic equations. As I say, practice, and you will be practicing on these, and we'll get them out of the way. So let's have a look at this question here. It says, let's write a question here. It says, solve this. X squared minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now to solve that, now how do I solve this? Well, I have to factorize this x squared. Factorize x squared is the only factors of x squared is x by x. So I put them in the brackets. X by x is x squared. And I'm looking at the factors of minus 6. What's the factors of minus 6? 2 by minus 3, minus 2 by 3, minus 1 by 6, 1 by minus 6. And they are the factors of 6. They all multiplied. Now, which of those add? Now, looking at the factors of minus 6, when added, will give you the coefficient of the middle term. Now, what does that mean? It means what will it get? What, when added, will give me the coefficient of this middle term, being b. Okay? So, 2 minus 3 is minus 1. I've got it already, minus 1. Minus 2 plus 3 is plus 1. Smaller from the larger, smaller from the larger, smallest from the larger. So I'm only interested in this one here. Okay, so I'm looking at these factors, and because there's x and x, it doesn't matter where I put them. They will still work out. Okay, so recapping on this. I'm looking at the factors of minus 6, when added, will give me minus 1. The coefficient of the middle term, which is b. Alright. Now, looking at these factors, what do these tell me? Well, these are the factors of this quadratic equation. And we will get to later what is a quadratic equation. Well, let's solve it. So these are the factors. But we must solve it. And the solving is called the roots of the equation. So we make them into little mini equations. And we solve them. X plus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 2, or x minus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to 3. So we've got two roots here, minus 2 and plus 3, and we've got and the factors coming from those factors. Okay, how do I represent this what does this all mean to you and me and I and everybody else? Well, it means that we have this is a quadratic equation. Actually, it ends at minus 2. Hold on. So minus 2 is here, and it bends at 3 as well. So it comes down and it goes right in through those two. So it cuts at minus 2, cuts it there at minus 2 and at 3. Now this is the equation ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so what we're saying here is that this curve here, now these curves have all to do with acceleration, and they're all to do with plotting points, and it leads to statistics, and it leads to other things, and it really, you know, the scope is beyond this little video here we have here, but it does work in real life, you know. But anyway, so back to the solutions. X is minus 2 or 3. Very good. Right, that went sort of smoothly. Now let's have a look at something else. Let's say it says simplify this one. Simplify. X times 2x plus 7 minus 3 times x minus 4. Multiply them out, simplify. Well, we have to do something with them, so multiply them out. So we got 2x by x is 2x squared. X by 7 is 7x. No signs to be worrying about except this one. Minus by a plus is a minus, 3 times x. Minus by a minus is a plus, 3 times 4 is 12. Bringing the x's together, you got 2x squared plus 7x minus 3 is plus 4x plus 12. Now you can further reduce this down. Can anyone see that there's a common factor here? I can divide everything else across by 2. I can reduce it down. And it will be the same. It will still be the same graph in the same. It won't diminish and it won't move anywhere direction. It's just reduced by 2. The whole thing has been reduced by 2. Or divided by 2. Not reduced by 2. Divided by 2. So 2 is x squared plus 2x plus 6. And that's your solution. The solutions to this would be x. Well, I don't see any solutions. X is equal to minus 3. Looking at plus 6. The facts of plus 6 is minus 3 by minus 2. It doesn't seem to be working here. No, it doesn't. But I leave you with that to work out. So they're looking at minus 6 plus 6 coefficient. No, obviously it's a decimal. Okay, so this solution is a decimal, and we'll use the formula to solve this. Okay, so when we come back, we'll use the formula to solve this. But thank you very much, and we will continue on with it. Maybe we'll try another question before I leave. Is there anyone else here? Okay, let's try a difficult one. X squared plus 4x minus 72 is equal to 5x. Whoa. Okay, so you can see that this is leading to confusion, and well, what I suggest is you just write it down and you continue with what you know. You know your x squared, you got plus 4x. Bring it across to 5x, it becomes minus 5x. Minus 72 is equal to 0. So you got x squared plus, well, take the smaller from the larger, minus x, 4 from a, and minus 72 is equal to 0. And the factors of 72 are 8 and 9. So minus 72, minus 8 plus 9, 8 times minus 9. Which one is it? It's this one. Okay, they add to give me minus 1. They add to give me 1. So it's this factors here I'm interested in. 8 minus 9, so that becomes x plus 8 times x minus 9 is the factors of this equation. So I've now put this equation, I can now put it on a graph. So x is equal to, make a mini equation, minus 8 or x is equal to 9. You should be following this with me. You should know why this happens, because these are the factors and I'm looking for the roots. So I can put the roots into this equation and it goes something like this again, another U-turn, and it's a positive U-turn. Anything that goes like that is a negative U-turn. And anything that goes like this is a cubic equation. Okay? So this is all graph related. So this has come now down to something we can see on paper. And we can, so a picture tells 1,000 words, as they say. Okay, thank you very much, and see you the next time around.